Hey guys, and welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 tutorial. In today's video, what we're going to be going over is how to create a zoom feature inside of your games that you can use to hold down a button and it will zoom in and out and it'll be nice and smooth, and you can modify how far it zooms in, how far it doesn't, and also how long it will take as well, and I'll go over all of that in the video. So if I were to hit play, I can show you what we're going to make today. So as you can see, we can walk around with a normal camera here, and if I were to hold down middle mouse button, it zooms in, and if I let go, it zooms out. And you can see it's nice and smooth as well. It's not just snapping between the two and toggling between them. It's a nice smooth in and out, perfectly like so. And you can modify how far it zooms, how quick it takes, and all of this good stuff as well in today's video. So this might seem like a pretty basic video, but it's one that I just want to cover. I want to cover all bases. And I think I've also not done this video in Unreal Engine 5 with the new input system. So I thought I'd cover that and do it as well, as I've seen a few people asking how to do something like this in a nice, smooth, and efficient way. And so this is how to do that. So again, what we're going over today is creating a zoom feature like so. And so without further ado, let me delete this code and I'll show you how I've done it. So what we want to do first is we want to actually create the input action mapping that we're going to use to be able to zoom in. So what I'm going to do is hit Control Space to open up our content browser. I'm going to go to Content, Third Person, Input, and Actions, or wherever it is that you're storing your input actions. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the jump action and hit Control D to duplicate that and simply rename this to IA_zoom. And then what we'll do is we'll go back and then we'll open up our IMC default or whatever it is you're using for your input mapping context. So we'll open this up, add in a mapping here, and we will add in the one we just created called IA_zoom. Open that up, and then we're going to set this to be a button what we want. So you can do this to any button. You can do this to Z, to middle mouse, to right mouse button, anything you want. I'm going to do this by middle mouse button. So you can click the icon there and then press whatever button it is that you want to use. So when I hold down the middle mouse button, it's going to zoom. And when I let go, it's going to unzoom. But again, use whatever button that you want. Then we will close this like so, and we'll save that as well. Now what we want to do is open up our character blueprint that we're going to use. So for me, I'm using the third person character, but you can use whichever one you want. So I'm going to go to third person, blueprints, BP third person character. And then in here, I'm going to find some empty space, right click and search for IA_zoom, or again, whatever it is that you named it. And we want the enhanced action event like so. Then we'll open up the drop down menu here so we can have access to started and completed. We're going to come out of started. I'm going to add a timeline like so, and this is so we can have a nice smooth zoom in and out instead of it just toggling and snapping. So we will name this zoom timeline like so, and we'll go into play from started, and completed will go into reverse. We don't want play from start and reverse from end. We just want play and reverse so that it will continue going in and out from wherever it is. So if you start zooming and then stop zooming before it's fully zoomed in, it will just recall it from where it was. So again, it just keeps it nice and smooth instead of snapping between different values. If you want, you can then also close the event there again or leave it open like so. And then we'll double click the timeline to open it up. In here, we're going to change the length to whatever it is that you want. So however fast you want this to zoom in and out. I'm going to set it to 0.5 as I want it to be quite quick. So it will take half a second to zoom in and half a second to zoom out. I'll then add a track and add in a float track. And I'll name this zoom track like so, and I'll right click on here, add key to curve float, setting this to a time of 0 and a value of 0. Right click, add key to curve float with a time of the length you set for your timeline, which for me was 0.5, and a value of 1. And then what I'm also going to do as well to make this even smoother is right click on each of these keys, and I'm going to set them to be auto key interpolation instead of the linear. So that again, it's a nice smooth going in and out instead of just kind of snapping. And also, if you want to know how I got it to fill the screen like that, sorry, you can just press these two buttons up here in the top left to zoom to fit horizontal and vertical. Compile and save that, and then we're going to go back into the event graph, and you can see we now have this zoom track here. We're going to drag out of this zoom track and get a lerp, and we just want the normal lerp under float, but then we're going to hold control and left click from A and drag it into alpha. So we want the zoom track going into alpha. A will be our non-zoomed state and B will be our zoomed state, and the alpha is just going between the values of A and B in a nice fashion. So a lerp will linearly interpolate between the two values of A and B using the smooth values we're getting from our timeline here. So for A and B, we want these to be our values of, again, not zoomed and zoomed. And so to find these values, what we can do is select our camera, and then we're going to modify the field of view. So we're going to search for field of view here. And you can see by default, it is set to 90. So A will set to 90. And then B, we will set to whatever we want. So what I'm going to do is just change the values in here to get to whatever value I like. And now the smaller the value, the more zoomed in it is. So let's set this to 60. I'll compile this, and then if I were to hit play, we can test out to see what this looks like, see how zoomed in it actually is. And you can see it's kind of zoomed in a little bit like this. So I think I might go in a little bit further than that. I might set mine to 40. But again, use whatever values it is that you want. But I'll set this back to 90, so the default value is like that. And then in B, I'll put in 40 here. Now, if you have an options menu where you are also allowing the player to modify their field of view, what you'd want to do is access that save option for that and input this into A. So your default is in A, and then B is always your zoom state. And you can even do it so you're just going to constantly get whatever the player's default field of view is, minus 50, for example, to then get the same relative zoom from their field of view. There's many different ways to do it, but I'm just going to go with the basic of this, assuming that we don't have an options to change the field of view, and I always want to have it the same like this. Then to have this actually change and modify the field of view of the camera to zoom in, we can drag the camera into our event graph here, drag out of it, and set field of view simply like so, dragging that into update of the timeline, and then in field of view being the return value from our lerp. And it is really as simple as that. I can now select all this and hit C to comment it, and name this zoom, for example, compile and save that. And if I minimize this and hit play, you should see we are now able to zoom in and out using the middle mouse button, and it'll be nice and smooth. So I can walk around here normally like this with our normal field of view. If I had to hold down middle mouse button, we're going to zoom in. If I let go, we're going to zoom out. And you can see it's nice and smooth like that as well. It's not just snapping. It's nice and smooth. And you can, again, modify the values of your field of view to zoom in even further or not as far if you wanted. And you can modify the duration of the timeline so it goes in and out quicker as well. So for example, if I set this to 20 instead of 90, you should see that instead this will zoom in further. So if I were to walk about and then hold middle mouse, you see we can zoom in even further now as well. So this is perfect for what we're after. I think I prefer the values of 40, so I'm going to set it back to that just before I do the outro. So with that, I think that'll be it for this video, as we've done everything we wanted to do. What we've done is we set up a zoom feature so that we can hold any button we want to zoom in and let go to zoom out, and it does it nice and smooth. And you also now know as well how to change how far it zooms in and zooms out, and then also how you can modify how fast it goes as well by changing the duration and the length in the timeline. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, please do make sure to like and subscribe down below, as it really does help me and the channel out a lot. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.